up. It's all kicking off soon. Better stay with a quick, bruv. I don't know about your goons. Round there, everything lift up. Whether it's draw, win or lose, none of my friend them give up.
Let's do it. Ain't come here to talk it out, let's get into it. Froze up, now you frozen. You should've blew it. Told you you can't put us, you should've knew it. Yeah, we gon' do the most, yes. Put all on they best, yes. Oh, you wanted to go to them. Made it out alive.
From inside Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida, the World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Miami Marlins. John Shelby on play-by-play. Chris Singleton providing the color, and a lot riding on this one as these teams meet for Game 2, Chris.
Well, winning Game 1 on the road was huge, Boog, and they could put a stranglehold on this series with the win here in this one, and that's obviously the goal. You want to go back home up 2-0 with a chance to wrap up the series in your own ballpark for sure.
And if it goes the other way and the series gets to 1-1, it's a total reset as we change venues for the next 3 games. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go down. Starting on the mound in this one, Sandy Alcantara. He was certainly on point in his last outing, Chris.
Total command last time out, scattered 2 hits over his outing. He had great stuff. We'll see if he's got it again in this one.
1 out, runner at second. Luis Martinez, the next up for the Marlins. First offering misses badly for ball 1. 1 out, and a runner at second here in Game 2. Wouldn't chase that time.
2 balls, no strikes.
And a swing and a miss there.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Nice and patient, 1 at a time.
And a pitch. Fouls one off. 2-2. The pitch. Hit hard. Should be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores and they have the lead. It's 2-1. The throw to third, and he's out, trying for 3.
Absolutely perfect execution of the relay right there to cut him down at third. And he probably should have shut it down at second base and been happy with the double, but it took a great play to get him. You just have to tip your cap.
So 2 down. Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians. Here's the 0-2. Hard ground ball, base knock. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he...
That misses, and it's 1-0. Legends really are cemented in the postseason. You think of David Ortiz heroics for the Red Sox, Derek Jeter as Mr. November, or Randy Johnson in the 2001 World Series, just to name a few. And another ball.
Well, on that idea of postseason reputations, Boog, got to mention players like Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson, and Madison Bumgarner. We were doing that game. Those guys really shined in the toughest moments.
And he walked him.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
One gone, runner at first. And at the plate for Miami, Kobe Mayo.
Runner.
Oh, caught up in a rundown now. And they tag him out.
Well, I'd say a little anxious over there at first. Really.
Base is empty, one away. Next is the DH. A switch hitter, Ian Happ. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. So digging in, Vaughn Grissom. Line drive, base hit right field. Happ on his way to third. The throw in, and he's out.
He comes up firing, and there was an anticipation and kind of an excitement when the ball went in his direction that he was going to have an opportunity to throw somebody out. And that's the attitude that aggressive and good outfielders have.
Now a fly ball to right center. Bowers sizes this one up. And that is that. So they get 3 runs on 3 hits. Back to the top of the lineup. And now Stephen Kwan. The pitch. And a base hit into right. Around third. Fires it to the plate. And he's out easily.
He comes up firing, and there was an anticipation and kind of an excitement when the ball went in his direction that he was going to have an opportunity to throw somebody out. And that's the attitude that aggressive and good outfielders have.
Man at first, Luis Martinez. The next up for the Marlins. He's a guy who does it all. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
You know, these Marlins, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
The 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Well, that'll boost the swing and miss rate, Singh. He blew him away on 3 pitches. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah, Boog, a dominant strikeout for sure. And he just looked overmatched at the plate. You know, as a hitter, when you swing and miss 3 times.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. Kicks and fires. That one ripped.
Great diving catch to end the inning after the pitcher battles through a tough one. That'll fire up the dugout. Time to go hit.
Martinez didn't have a great day at the dish, but saved the game for them with a terrific defensive effort.
Not one to put on the personal highlight reel necessarily, but certainly didn't hurt him on the way to the win.
Our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Nothing better than pregame festivities for the World Series. Game 3 is coming up next. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. A lot going on in this series as we get ready for Game 3, Siggy.
Well, when a team starts the series on the road and comes away with a split in the first 2 games, they've essentially taken over home field advantage. So the last thing these players want to do now is give it right back by dropping this one. And these fans know that just as much as the players.
And the atmosphere here is electric. And this figures to be about as intense as postseason baseball gets. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to roll here, and towing the slab, Tanner Bybee.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
So 1 out, nobody on. Stepping up for the Guardians, Seiya Suzuki.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. And it stays fair. Throws to second. The tag, and they cut him down, going for 2. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. And now the right fielder, Luis Martinez. Bybee back to work. Martinez started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and he held up. The 1-0. Check swing, tried to hold up. Now an appeal to first. Didn't go. And a pitch. And a foul ball. Makes the count 2-1. This park is absolutely electric for this game. Such a great postseason atmosphere. The pitch. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And Martinez is out. And there's one away.
Nothing like the drama you get in the postseason, Boog. Love being a part of these games.
Back here in Cleveland, now the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. This one in the air, right field. Fair ball. The throw into second. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Now batting, the right fielder, Luis Martinez.
Swing and a miss.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you've got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Ball one low. The Marlins trailing by a run here in Game 3 of the World Series. There's the swing and a miss.
So far, all we've seen in this at-bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. And another ball.
One time, right now. Here we go.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that'll do it. Here's Brian Riccio. Nobody out. Runner at first. Fly ball to right. Snags it on the run. And there's one down.
Timing issues can snowball quickly, and that's what we're witnessing here. This lineup's inability to lock onto the pitcher's delivery is causing a few awkward swings.
And first offering is fouled off.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Those swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound. It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Check swing, no appeal. Flails at that one. It's a strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just...
One out, base is empty. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Luis Martinez. Slice down the right side. Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
One down, base is empty. Got him swinging.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a...
And your final.
Let's move like nobody's watching. Till I mate, till you mate. Only one way to celebrate.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Alongside my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shoppy. Thanks for joining us here. Plenty of storylines taking shape in this series as we set the stage for Game 4, Chris.
Well, if the first three games are any indication, this has the look of a series that'll go all the way to Game 7, Boog. I think this is a classic matchup, and we've seen momentum change course a few times already, but I'll tell you what, I think whoever takes this one will be feeling really good about their chances the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've seen it before. Even when you're down 2-1, it seems like a win in Game 4 can propel you to a series win more often than not. All right? To get this one started after this. All right, just about set to go. And today's starter, Logan Allen.
Boogie pitched into the seventh, earned the W in his last start. He really needed that one. Well, this team needs another one today. We'll see if he can carry that performance into this game.
Runner at first with 2 away. Luis Martinez, the next up for the Marlins. He's a guy who does it all.
Well, Boogie consistently hits the ball hard. His exit velocity and barrel rate, here are the tops in the league.
And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in Game 4 of the World Series. And another ball. Backs and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 down. In half up to hit. And a base hit into right center field. Jimenez around second. On his way to third. The throw in there safely.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands.
Here we go.
Up next for the Marlins, the right fielder, Luis Martinez.
And first offering is fouled off.
Come on, let it fly right here.
2 outs. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
That one misses, and a count 1-2.
It's a good take.
Struck him out swinging. Bart collects, fires to first, and it's in time for the 3rd out. So that base is empty, 1 away. Jose Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. The 2-1. The other way. Fair ball.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Kind of just punt.
And there's a foul ball. Chris, you and I have gotten to work some memorable postseason games together. One I look back on, 2013 ALCS Game 2, the David Ortiz Grand Slam. Bases empty, 1 away here in Game 4. 0-1 there.
For me, Boog, a game I remember is us calling the 2014 AL wildcard game. The Kansas City Royals hosting the Oakland A's. The Royals come from behind to win in extra innings and move on to the division series. They had such a great run that it ended up in the World Series losing to the San Francisco Giants.
And a pitch. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Naylor drifts towards it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. So 1 out, nobody on. Here's Jose Ramirez. Payoff pitch. Swung on, belted. That one back there. And caught on the warning track.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitch...
Back now at Progressive Field. All set for the start of the inning. And now the right fielder, Luis Martinez. And the pitch. And fouled off.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. All this team needs is one more win. But when you're playing in the postseason, it's not just a win of a game. It's a win of an inning. It's a win of an at-bat. It's a win of a pitch count. And that's what they're going to need to do in the next game to take the series.
So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games that clearly could have gone either way. And that's kind of exactly what you expect out of postseason baseball. So competitive.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Cleveland Guardians. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. And as we get set for Game 5, Chris, it seems like this series could still have a few twists and turns in it.
Well, being down 3-1, calling it a do-or-die game is no exaggeration. But these situations tell us a lot about a team's character. And for some teams, it brings out their absolute best. But for others, it kind of proved to be an overwhelming scenario to face. And so we'll see how they show up here today.
And we'll also get to see what kind of killer instinct they have on the other side. Some teams can get a little too relaxed when they're so comfortably in the driver's seat. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. About to get started here and towing the slab, Tristan McKenzie. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, it's a 3-pitch mix in the repertoire for this starter. He's going to have to command all 3 if he's going to have success on the hill today.
So 2 down, and now for the Marlins, Luis Martinez. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Naylor makes the play, and it's out number 3. Marlins leave 1. Now here's Jake Bauers. 2 outs. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Martinez ranging back, makes the grab, and a leaping play at the wall.
He did a great job of going back right away, had a perfect angle at the end, leaping catch, robs the home run. They're fired up in the dugout the way he ended this inning.
Now back, right fielder, Luis Martinez.
That one fouled off. A chilly atmosphere here. Really what comes to mind when you think of postseason baseball. Fans doing whatever they can to stay warm and energized. The Marlins down by a run here in Game 5 of the World Series. He goes down looking. So he gets the call and picks up the strikeout looking.
Sometimes with a good hitter at the plate, he'll be the one to get the benefit of the doubt if he lays off on a close pitch like that, but just not right there.
World Series Game 5. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Bo Naylor. Now a fly ball to right center. Martinez on the move to the gap. He's got it. 1 down. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Inside, almost got him. All tied up here in Game 5. That's out to center field. Bauers settles under this one. And that quickly 2 away. Here's Josh Naylor. Hit hard. That gets through. Lead runner around second. Here comes the throw. And he's out.
He comes up fiery, and there was an anticipation and kind of an excitement.
So digging in, Luis Martinez. Gotta be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
That one missed. With the go-ahead run standing at second here in the late stages of Game 5. Fought off foul.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good
swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. Runner tags at second.
Well, I didn't think he got it off the bat, but the wind made it a lot more interesting than expected. In an elimination game, you see your season quickly coming to an end. It can be a bit nerve-wracking, but they were able to settle things down, come out and play really good baseball in this one. They get the win, and the series continues. Who knows? Maybe they'll get right back in it.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi saying so long. Lone Depot Park, the World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Miami Marlins. John Sciambi on play-by-play. Chris Singleton providing the color with Game 6 in front of us. It's an elimination game on one side, but this series feels like it could go either way.
You never want to be down 3-2, but we've seen plenty of teams come back from that, especially when they're playing the last two at home. So it's not an ideal scenario, but playing in your own stadium with your fans behind you probably makes it a little more doable.
And on the flip side, you really don't want to let this go to a Game 7. When the crowd's even more fired up, the momentum's against you. They're looking to finish this thing today. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. And on the hill, the big righty, Yuri Perez. And Singy, he's one of the most dominant arms in all of baseball.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
This one in the air right field. And it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. And he's out. Trying for two. So the Guardians lineup turns over. Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. And that one finds its way through. Lead runner around second. Now the tag at third, and they got it. A long throw, and that's the third out. One left for the Guardians, but they still lead it 1-0. And we're back. Bottom of the second. At the plate, Luis Martinez. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball one. Let's talk about great individual postseasons. One that really sticks out to me is Ricky Henderson in 1989. He hit .441 with 3 homers and 11 stolen bases, leading Oakland to a World Series championship. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Man, when I think about great postseason performances, hard to top Carlos Beltran in 2004. 8 homers and 6 steals in 12 games with the Houston Astros. He didn't even get to play in the World Series that year.
Here's the 2-2. And another ball. Gets a piece and stays alive. 3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. The line to kick the pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
Hey, get your pitch, see through, huh? Let's go.
And here it comes. And there's ball 4. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
When you go that deep into an at bat, the hitter usually comes out on top.
And at the plate for Miami, Kobe Mayo. Home team down a run here in Game 6. And that'll fall for a base hit. The throw to third. And the throw's offline. Safe at third.
With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
And he grounds one to the right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Safe. And in comes the run from third.
Now batting, right fielder, Luis.
Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play.
Hey, have a rip at it up there, huh?
Right-hander kicks, deals.
Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in Game 6 of the World Series. And another ball.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than to have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Got him. And that is the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 3 here in game number 6. All tied 1-1. Base is empty with 2 away. Now here's Jake Bauers.
Bauers.
The wind of the pitch. Line drive, base hit, right field. And the postseason success continues for him.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive.
It's the 6th game of this World Series. Now it's the power speed combo. Luis Martinez. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. And a foul ball.
You know, these Marlins finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They only have 1 hit with runners in scoring position, so a lot of squandered opportunities. It's tough because those are moments you just can't get back.
And the next pitch is way outside. Wouldn't chase that time.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
He tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. There's a swing and a drive. Back there. Out of here. That'll fire up the dugout, and they cut into the lead. It's 4-2.
This game just got a little more interesting with that home run. pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 down. Josh Naylor digs in for the Guardians. Suzuki off of first with 2 away. Lined, and that's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. The throw in, and he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning.
It's always a big risk when you try to take third with 2 outs, but that outfielder had perfect technique, and the throw was on the money. It takes a perfect one to get him. Great job to win the inning.
I dropped the top until it's autumn breeze. You need gas too, we can't be all on E. Oh, I get it, bet it all on me.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Luis Martinez. He's already homered in this game.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
So the tying run at second, and he takes one right on the black. 0-2 now. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And Martinez is out. 1 away.
Up next for the Marlins, the third baseman.
All these players were able to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th and just cruise to this win, getting those final 3 outs in the top of the 9th. Excellent job of securing your home field and keeping the fans in the ball game all the way to the end. Nice W all the way around.
And our final here today, 8-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Siento paz, todos los días son domingo. Increíble lo que hace, solo un poco de trabajo y fe. Lo conseguí, se me dio. La vida al fin tomó color. Vida al palo. Buena paga. Lo conseguí, se me dio. La vida al fin tomó color. Vida al palo. Buena paga. Volándome, conociéndome, cada día más poco haciéndome. Cielo azul, miro despertándome. Me siento bien, mamá está bien. Ambición y fe me trajeron fame. Compré un auto con plata que no robé. Lo que antes era un lujo hoy en día es un vuelto. No es un sueño, juro que estoy despierto. Soy como Shinobi cuando encesto. Banda de rock apuntando un cemento. Soy un analógico americano. Hice mi money con americanos. Me río porque lo logramos. Estudio negocio, José, hoy estamos. Llevamos de viaje al flow y con el apa pasamos el peso del carrión. Baby, hermano me viene esto. Nadie llegó tan alto en el top. Lo conseguí. fin toma color. Vida al palo, buena paga.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got the deciding Game 7 of the World Series. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Miami Marlins. John Shabby and Chris Singleton with you. What a memorable World Series this has been, and the entire season comes down to this. Game 7, Chris.
Yeah, this has been the World Series we were all hoping for, Boog. Back and forth. Neither team giving an inch, even when it looks like their season's about to come to an end. This has been fantastic stuff, and I'm excited for us and for all of you out there to see how this unfolds.
Every broadcaster's dream, Singy, calling Game 7 of the World Series. I'm excited to do it with you. First pitch coming at you right after the break. All right, just about ready for baseball. And our pitcher tonight, Sandy Alcantara.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Singing in Game 7, you're talking about the heart of the order, the big-time players. This is one of the guys that they need to come through with a big performance.
Yeah, and when you come into this situation, there's some pressure there. His teammates are looking to him to lead this one, and I think he's going to do it.
Into the outfield, base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitter.
Now, Luis Martinez. He's a guy who does it all. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? Now a screamer into the outfield. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And that is that. One left for Miami. They trail in this one 3-0. Top of the second. Bo Naylor at the plate now.
The catcher, Bo Naylor.
The pitch. Swung on, belted. That's back there. To the warning track, makes the catch.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders
Nothing like postseason baseball. There's a buzz in the air. Every pitch seems bigger. It's truly special.
0-1's the count.
Hey, see it. Rip it. Here you go.
Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. A gigantic blast. It's 3-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. It's so impressive how he was able to go down and get this fastball, but yet get it up in the air, hit it far enough to get out of this ballpark.
Base is empty, one away. Here's Josh Naylor.
22. Josh Naylor.
One down, base is empty. That one hit to right. Dives. What a play.
Just a great job of concentration there as he leaves the ground to go airborne to make a diving catch. That's a tough play, but he got the job done. Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Upstairs.
You know, these Marlins, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. They're swinging at a lot of first pitches, and they've given away 7 outs as a result. They might just want to consider a more patient approach.
Bowers makes the catch, and there's one gone.
I'm sure it's at least something they've chatted about in the dugout. Coming into this one, that was probably the game plan. Attack early in the count.
And now the right fielder, Luis Martinez. He's already homered here in this one.
And things could change quickly here with one swing.
With the tying run at the plate here in Game 7. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
Hit hard on the ground is short. They take the force out, and that is the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Guardians 5 and the Marlins 3. Two outs, nobody on. And now for the Marlins, Luis Martinez. He's already homered in this game. And that one fouled off.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Fought off foul. Clase is just 1 strike away. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that's going to do it. It's all over. The Guardians are world champs.
Congratulations to the champs. Game 7 of the World Series. Every player on both sides comes to the ballpark knowing that this is it. This team got it done. They've been a special club all year long, and it's fitting they win it all in a special series.
Welcome back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this World Series clinching game. And now let's go down on the field where they're set to present the Commissioner's Trophy to the World Series champs. For Chris Singleton and our outstanding crew, I'm John Sciambi. This has been the World Series on MLB The Show.